Hello and welcome back to Football Daily, where we are counting down the days until the transfer window is thrust back open and clubs across Europe can start throwing around their money yet again. So here we are with the best of the week for this episode of Transfer Talk. And if you hear anything yourself, tweet me at Mike Atkins with the hashtag Transfer Talk or stick it down in the comments below. Let's get to it. We kick off this week with the Premier League's record signing, Paul Pogba. Apparently, the World Cup winner is in advanced talks with Real Madrid and is speaking directly with his compatriot Zinedine Zidane regarding his future. The main stumbling issue, beyond obviously no deal between Manchester United and Real Madrid, is Pogba's wage demands. He's currently on around £220,000 a week and wants a pay rise to join the Spanish Giants. Now, Solskjaer doesn't want to sell his star asset, however the Frenchman has flirted with the idea of a move, previously saying it would be a dream to play for Zidane. The 26-year-old is currently enjoying his record goal-scoring season, with 16 so far, as his side look to scrape into the top 4. You'd reckon if United miss out on Champions League football next season, Pogba would try to force his way out of Old Trafford and to the Bernabeu. Now, this is one of the more outrageous transfer rumours you'll hear for a while. Juventus are looking to bolster their attacking ranks with Liverpool's Mohamed Salah, but that's not it. They are willing to offer the Reds cash plus Paulo Dybala in order to secure the Egyptian services. The Bianconeri have already dipped their toes into the Premier League market with the acquisition of Arsenal's Aaron Ramsey. And Juve sporting director Fabio Paratici believes this swap deal, worth a reported £175 million, will not only net them their 9th consecutive Scudetto, but finally power them to Champions League glory as well. Salah has played almost double the minutes compared to Dybala this season, as well as contributing to triple the amount of goals, but it did recently surface that Liverpool were interested in the Argentinian international. And the 25-year-old may have hinted at an exit from Turin, stating in an interview that in football one day you are the best, and after that you're worth nothing. It will be extremely difficult for Juventus to pry Salah away from Anfield, but with a talent like Dybala's thrown into the mix as well, it would be one world-class talent for another. And if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on Football Daily, we can promise you world-class content every single day. It's clear that Paratici's instructions to his scouts this season is to check out the Premier League, as Max Allegri's side have also been linked with Fulham's teenage sensation Ryan Sessegnon. The Cottagers are already on their way back to the Championship, but the England under-21 international has bagged 6 assists on the bank of the River Thames. Only Jadon Sancho has more as a teenager in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. The 18-year-old is expected to command a fee of around £40 million, but the Allianz Stadium isn't the only place the youngster could be headed this summer. He could join Sancho at Dortmund or head to Ligue 1 juggernauts PSG. Closer to home, rumours linking him with Spurs still persist, as well as a potential link-up with Luke Shaw, one of his idols, at Manchester United. The Fulham board are resigned to losing the teenager, who has already made 115 first-team appearances, as they look to bounce back from relegation. And from one potential fullback arriving at whatever Spurs are calling their new stadium, to one that could be on the way out, Kieran Trippier. The 28-year-old has been Tottenham's starting right-back since Kyle Walker left in 2017, but this season his form has been called into question following a glowing World Cup campaign. The teams vying for his signature are Atletico Madrid and Napoli, both currently sitting second in their respective leagues. However, each side has fallen way short of Daniel Levy's valuation of £40 million. Reports suggest they've both stumped up about $15 million, saving larger parts of their budgets for bigger names. Of course, Spurs will be in no rush to sell. Trippier has 3 years remaining on his contract and is backed up by the unpredictable Serge Aurier and the inexperienced Kyle Walker-Peters. So you can expect should he stay, he'd still be starting. Moving on, and yet again another long-term Spurs target is making headlines. Wilfried Zaha gave an interview over the weekend where he stated that, "I should be in the Champions League. I'm missing out and I don't want to just watch it." Regarded by most as Crystal Palace's best player for the last few seasons, Zaha's name has always been linked with a move away from Selhurst Park, and this will only add to that. But where he moves to is the bigger question. Those in charge at Palace are hopeful that the Ivorian's £130,000 a week contract will price the likes of Dortmund and Spurs out, whilst Manchester United will likely be reluctant to splash the cash on a player they've already bought and sold once. So obviously it comes down to one of Europe's oil-rich clubs, and in this instance it's PSG. They are planning a £65 million bid for the 26-year-old, which falls short of Palace's £80 million valuation of their star player. But what do you think the Palace talisman should do this summer? Let us know in the comments below. From one side of the Arabian Gulf to the other now, where it looks like Manchester City are ready to break their transfer record for the third season in a row, following the signings of Aymeric Laporte and Riyad Mahrez in the last 2 years. This time they're turning to the base of midfield and that long sought after Fernandinho replacement. And Pep reckons he has found his guy. Atletico Madrid's Rodri will not be let go for less than his €70 million release clause. Put that in pounds and it's 60.6 million, just edging out the 60 million spent on Mahrez. With Ilkay Gundogan on the way out and Fernandinho turning 34 next month, the 6'3", 22-year-old ticks all the boxes. They are unlikely to face any challenges for his signature, especially after Barca moved for Frenkie de Jong earlier this year. Rodri cost Atleti just €25 million last summer, and whilst they do want to keep hold of him, they won't complain with turning a quick profit. Another week, another Ajax player linked with the big leagues. This time around, it's Hakim Ziyech who is seeing his name on the back pages. Already 26 years old, the Moroccan is edging ever closer to his peak, and this summer he could have his pick of clubs. Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool and Bayern Munich all want a piece of Ziyech, who has contributed to 27 goals in 26 league appearances this season. And due to a clause in his contract, Ziyech will be available for just £25 million, an absolute bargain considering his efforts this campaign and the price some of his teammates are commanding. Treble-chasing Ajax have accepted that their side could be decimated come summer, but success on 3 fronts this season would almost make that worth it. And finally, we end with another transfer saga that seems like it's been around for the last 3 years. Gareth Bale to Manchester United. Having been booed by supporters in recent games, even when one-on-one with the opposition goalkeeper, his time in Madrid is surely limited, especially with Zidane back in the dugout. In a similar fashion to James Rodriguez's departure from the Bernabeu, Bale could be shunted out on loan for a cut price of just £5 million, with his almost £500,000 a week wages having to be covered by United too. Either way, it would be far cheaper to do this than to buy the injury-prone winger who will be 30 come the start of next season outright. But what do you think? Should Solskjaer bring Bale to Old Trafford even if it's just on loan? Vote in the poll above. And that's all for Transfer Talk this week. Let us know in the comments below what you make of those rumours, and let us know if you see any stories yourself. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.